Hey everybody! Welcome back to Sofa Spouses.
Sofa Spouses.
I'm Gabe.
I'm Amanda.
And we are doing a movie review.
Yes.
It's kind of a wife takeover video too.
Ha ha. But anyway, we just went to see West Side Story.
West Side Story. Kind of last day you're actually probably going to be able to see it, actually.
Well, at least at the Alamo Draft House.
Yes.
I don't know about the IMAX or anything because it wasn't the Elite here. But we decided to go to Alamo Draft House and treat my mother-in-law as a part of her Christmas present.
Yep.
So
shout out to her.
Shout out to Wendy. Fellow musical buff, Wendy. But anyway, and Gabe's grandfather was in a play version of it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And his mom actually has some music and script from it.
Yep.
She was showing me the other day, which is really, really cool.
Yep.
But anyway, you guys, if you watch our channel, you know we like John Campea. And when John Campea did his review of it, and he praised it and basically said it's better than the original.
I didn't really know we really didn't know how to take that.
Yeah, I was like,
now
I have to believe it when I see it. And you know what?
Now we've seen it.
I honestly think it might be.
Yeah. Yep. I would have to.
Don't at me. I still love the original. It'll always have a place in my heart. But this version, Steven Spielberg, well done.
Yes, well done. Well done, you crafty. You very, 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 very crafty, and
you need to do more musicals.
Yes. You need to do more musicals. I mean, dude, the dude is crazy. He's so freaking good.
The scenery,
everything was so good.
The acting.
It was like you take
cinematography.
You take the play, but then you also you combined it with a period piece, and you get masterpiece.
Yes, it was so well done. It was this. It's just so well done.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I get why people are praising it so much.
Yep.
It was just so fun.
So good.
I almost thought I was going to have one quip with it because I thought they weren't going to do I Feel Pretty. And
before we get any further, of course, we're kind of a little bit far beyond spoiler warnings at this point because if you haven't seen it,
the play and the movie's been out for years, so whatever.
But anyway, spoiler warning just for the fun of it,
just in case you haven't seen it.
Yes,
but I think most people know what West Side Story is.
Yes, most people know the story of West Side Story. We just want to make sure that you're not spoiled for the movie itself, you know?
Yeah.
So if you want to see the movie and you haven't seen it yet, don't watch this video past this point.
Yeah, don't watch this video past this point.
So.
I was about to have one quip with it because I thought they had removed I Feel Pretty.
I thought we all three of us thought they had because we're just like we're sitting here, we're getting into the rumble. The rumble is starting to happen, and we're like, wait, where's I Feel Pretty? That should have happened already.
Yeah, and because usually that song takes place the day after she meets Bernardo or Tony in the morning.
Yep.
As she's working. And I was sitting there going, I know I saw a little hint of it in one of the trailers. I was like, I know I did.
But they decided to switch things up
They switched things up.
And they made it so that I Feel Pretty happens after the Rumble, which was genius.
Amazing. It happened just after it.
Yep.
You see the dead bodies left.
Yep.
And
then they switch to
and I looked at him and I go, this is it. Because they show her in a work uniform.
Yep.
She's with a bunch of the people working, and you know she has to work. And they're working they clean a department store.
Yep.
I didn't get the change in that because usually, I guess in this one, Anina doesn't really have a shop yet. In the other one, she has a shop, and that's where she works.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, in the original, when they sing the kind of wedding song,
mm-hmm.
she has a bride veil on and all that because she makes stuff for weddings.
Yep.
And, whatever other people need. She's a seamstress.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and I was like, and then I looked at him and I said, that was genius.
Yep, that was genius.
Because it just fits. And then right after that, she finds out about Bernardo.
Yep, right after that.
And what happened. And I was like, Steven Spielberg, you are a genius. I don't know if that was his idea. I don't know if that was the script writer's idea. I don't know if that, I don't know how that came about, but whoever did it needs a pay raise.
And it was brilliantly executed, too.
It was brilliantly executed. The acting after it, it just completely changes.
Yeah.
She goes back because she didn't punch her time card, and that's when she finds out about Bernardo and Tony and what happened. And it was genius.
Yep.
It was the most genius thing. And because usually that's where they put Cool Boy.
Yep. They moved Cool Boy again. They moved Cool Boy,
which was also genius.
Which was genius as well because they put Cool Boy before the Rumble.
Before he's trying.
He's trying to get them to stop. He's trying to convince them to not do it, and they use Cool Boy as the song where he's trying to convince them not to be idiots.
Yeah. And it was just a genius move, and I was ready to rip it because I was like, okay, you can't remove that song.
No, yeah, I was like, oh, what the heck?
I was like, you can't remove that song. And then it happens and you're just like, oh my gosh, they're putting it here.
Yeah.
And it just works so well.
It does.
So well. It's done. It works.
Yeah.
It works.
It works so well. And another thing that they changed that was brilliant was well, first off, they changed the character of Doc to Valentina.
And the genius
which was kind of interesting about it was because they made it so that she was basically the widowed wife of Doc.
Did they say
he was at least I think he was.
I'm assuming, they didn't really come out and say
it, but I'm thinking that he died and she took over the shop.
And he married a Puerto Rican.
He married a Puerto Rican.
And I don't know how they kept that from being leaked because I had never heard that in any of the talking about it in anything. Because I was wondering, as it was,
I thought they had just gender swapped the character.
I thought they had too,
but they didn't.
And as happy as I was that they were bringing Rita Moreno back, because I believe she might honestly be one of the very few cast members that are still alive on that.
Yeah,
I think Natalie Wood's gone, and I think a bunch of the other people are too old or gone by now.
Yeah,
But
then, one of the other brilliant things that they did was they made it so that instead of having Tony and what's her name?
Well, I was trying to say something else. Hold on a second.
Sorry.
But I did. Sorry. We're husband and wife, so for spouses. But anyway, I love you.
I love you too.
I was trying to say something. So I thought they were just doing swapping it, and I thought it was genius the way they played it.
Yeah.
That she was his wife.
Yeah.
And it was genius. Because I was kind of iffy about it too, because like I said, as much as I love Rita Moreno and that she was coming back and I thought she was going to be in it, and I was like, yes. But I was still kind of like, how are they going to make that work? And they made it work brilliantly. And as Gabe was saying, they have her sing somewhere
instead of
Tony and Maria. And it fits beautifully.
Yeah.
It fits beautifully.
It does.
They show her look at a picture of him and her in front of the store, and it just fits.
Fits perfectly.
It fits beautifully. And Rachel Ziegler, hon, your agent is right. Get ready.
Yeah.
You were amazing.
Household name.
You were amazing.
Yes.
Everybody was amazing, but I know John Campea said a lot of people were talking about how she just stole it. And I think she did. But I have to also agree with John Campea on the fact that the lady who they got to play Anita also kind of stole it too.
She was also a surprise hit.
She was very good, very well done. She gives it when they start America, which is amazing because they do it through the streets of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Amazingly done.
Yep.
She gives a little smile to the camera. You have to blink and you'll miss it. But she gives this little smile to the camera, like just before she starts, like, are you guys ready? Like you could just tell she was excited to do this number.
Yep.
And it was just so fun well done.
It was so fun.
And they have her do the Anita. If you've seen the play in the final tonight, Anita has a funny line where Anita goes, Anita is going to get her kicks tonight. And she's talking about basically having you know what with Bernardo after the Rumble.
Right.
And, I mean, there's no bones about it.
Yep.
And now in the original movie, she's just getting ready. In the mirror in the bath, Rita Moreno. That's what she's doing. She's putting makeup on and getting ready.
Right.
And I thought in the trailers where they show the scene where she trolled around in the dress in the house, I was like, oh, that would be cool if how that she does. I said, I bet that's what that's from. She's got this sexy dress on and she's trolling around and she's saying Nina's gonna get her kicks tonight. No, they have her do it in a church and it is hilarious. Out loud in a Catholic church with her little lace thing on and her friends with her and her friends going shh and she just keeps singing louder and louder and I was like,
oh, it was so funny.
And I'm just like, oh. And it was so funny. And Ansel Eckhart did a good job. He can sing. I told Gabe, I said, I would not want to be him when it comes to having to sing. Because the guy, if you've seen the original, the guy who played Tony in the original was very, very handsome. And Ansel Eckhart is still handsome.
Yes.
But he was very, very handsome, and boy, could that man sing.
Yep. He was very good.
Yeah, he could sing. And boy, he did a good job.
Yeah, he did.
Every number was just well done. Maria was well done. Yes. Officer Crumpy was very well done.
Yes.
The timing on it, like, at the end, the officer comes in and they're all just breathing like, we've just done all this dancing and everything. Yep. And they're just like, and they look at each other for a minute and they're like, bye.
The cop's breathing heavily too because he's been chasing somebody.
Yeah, because he's been chasing somebody and they're just like,
It was really just really good. All of the cinematography was amazing.
It's just the
Um,
beauty of what you
it's just
can do with putting
it's
a
like
stage musical on screen. You
yeah,
can put it
it just
anywhere you want. You can make
you
it
can
big,
put
like
it
America.
yeah, you can put it all over the streets of New York. The funny thing, the craziest part about this movie though, is really just the way that it was shot.
Yeah.
It's got the same color aspects and color aspect ratio of a movie that was shot in the 60s, but
But brighter because we
it's
have better
slightly
technology.
brighter, just ever so slightly
Very
brighter,
much brighter.
because
Honey.
they it was a deliberate choice of theirs
Yeah.
to go with that aspect ratio. And the but the or color aspect color the color range that they used,
Was
but
very
it
similar.
was very
Yes.
similar to the 60s. But the of course the resolution was, modern day resolution and everything, and the camera shots could never have been done back then, but it still it had the feeling of a movie that was shot back then.
Yes, it did. It very
So
much
it
did. But that was one
and
thing I
it
pointed
just
out in the trailers was like, gosh, color has come a long way since that movie.
yes,
Such a long way from that
it,
movie. That's what they
was.
probably dreamed of back then
Yeah.
for that movie. Just that beautiful crystal
It's
clear
it's like you
painting
take
color.
what they originally had envisioned for that movie and then put it in, and Steven Spielberg
with today's
nailed it.
technology.
Yeah.
That makes them more able to do it.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing they did is with the tomboy girl character.
That was an interesting
I
thing.
think they were kind of saying that he was supposed to be transgender.
And I'm probably...
They don't come out and say it.
They don't come out and straight say it,
but
I think
in Officer Crumpy, there's a line, "My brother wears a dress," so it's not like it didn't happen back then.
No.
And it was well done, and I liked when it came to the rape scene. Or, I call it a rape scene. Some people will call it more of attempted rape scene because it stopped. But it's a rape scene.
Yeah.
And I've heard there's some versions that have made, and there's actually on YouTube, you can find one where it is pretty much a rape scene. But they don't go like true rape.
Yeah.
But I was watching some clips one night.
Yeah.
Just getting excited for the movie. But anyway, and it's once again very well done.
Yeah.
Very well acted.
Mm-hmm.
But in the play and in the original, that tomboy girl kind of taunts along a little bit with it.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell her to go hide. They tell her to go follow Chino because she's coming to warn Tony about Chino. And they tell her to follow Chino, and she just kind of looks at her and goes, "Leave," and walks out.
Yeah.
And I thought that was good. And they also had the girlfriends be there, which they are originally, I think. And the girlfriends start trying to stop it, and they actually try to pull her out because they push him out the door. Yeah. And then she gets in, when she gets mad, of course, Anita is mad after it and lies about Maria.
Yep.
And her own lie causes damage.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's just the story.
But the other thing she does in this, because of the fact that they made Rita Moreno someone who married a white and an American, is she basically calls her out in Spanish. You can tell. Yeah. Even if you don't know Spanish, she wasn't calling her very nice names.
Calls her a traitor. Basically.
Traitor and not so nice names in Spanish. Yep. And then she says, "You're not Puerto Rican." Yeah. And that hit home. And Rita Moreno's speech afterwards is really good. It was very hard for her if you don't know a backstory on Rachel Emoji, she had a hard time with that scene and I was reading something in the comments on YouTube one day, and I haven't watched a lot of her interviews about this movie. I need to, but I watched some, but I was reading one of her things, and supposedly she was raped by someone she went on a casting call with.
Oh, wow.
Very close to, and the emotional trauma of that scene. Like,
So
they had to literally calm her down when they were filming the original scene.
Wow.
And supposedly, I don't know, I've kind of heard, I think I kind of heard that before somewhere, so don't quote me on that. I'm not sure what that person in the comments was saying was true.
Right.
But I mean, I kind of figured that when I heard it, because you don't really get traumatized by that unless you've had actual experience with it. And just her, and instead of saying, you know, Doc in the original speech, which is also very well done, you know, he's like, you know, why are you leaving the world in such a bad place? I'm very much paraphrasing. Yeah. Why are you leaving the world in such a bad place? And then one of them says, it's just the way was the way it was when we were born. And that's kind of end of it. But instead of doing that line, she just ends on, I've known you since you guys were kids. And I think it fits with the fact that it's a woman. And I think that's why they changed it.
Yeah.
But it fits beautifully because she ends on, they skip that line where he says that, because they end on, because you wouldn't know what to say after they say this, which is why they skip that line. She ends on, I've known you since you were kids, little kids, and now you're rapists.
Yeah.
And their looks on their faces, like, I wonder if they weren't expecting her to say that, because some of the looks on their faces were like,
they almost kind of seem genuine.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if they really, because they did. They seem a lot of them.
You wonder if maybe she ad-libbed it, but it's also possible. It's also possible it was in the script. And
Steven could have said, don't tell them that you're saying that part. Like, because they black out scripts all the time if they want a reaction.
Yeah.
A real reaction.
Real reaction.
And some of those reactions looked real. Like, they did. Don't you think? I'm going to be surprised if they didn't know.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Or she delivered it so well it hit.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Combo of both, probably.
Maybe.
But, you know.
I wouldn't put it past Steven Spielberg.
No.
But.
No. And it just ended there, and you're just like,
whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Because he doesn't call him rapists in the play or the movie.
No.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't. So, but yeah, no, it was such a good movie. Like, very good, very, very, very well done. Steven Spielberg definitely knocked it out of the park again.
He did.
So
and the end scene.
The end scene goes pretty much exactly the way
I almost was worried
that
they were going to have her turn the gun on herself for a few minutes. Because supposedly in the newer version of the play that's more modernized, they have her kind of turn it on herself and then do the rest of the speech. And I almost thought they were going to do that for a minute.
But they didn't.
But her, I hate now. Oh my gosh, was that well done.
Very well done, yep.
Oh my gosh. And her, you know, the look on her face when she says that line. I mean, they couldn't have gotten a better Maria.
No, they couldn't have.
They couldn't have gotten a better Maria.
No.
And it was just, and a girl like that was brutal. She hits her, which I don't think she does in the original one I've seen. She hits her before the song starts.
Yeah.
She hits her. And I had a feeling it was coming because this look went across her face and she's backing up and I'm like, she's going to hit her. She's going to hit her. She's going to slap her. And she does. And then she starts, a boy like that. And you're just like,
Oh wow.
It was so real.
Yes, it was.
Way more real than the original. But back then in Hollywood, when they did musicals, it wasn't about making it feel real. It was about, we have these talents, let's sing these songs.
Yeah, basically.
That version felt so real. She pushes her back.
Yeah.
At one point, before she says, "You said you were in love," you've loved before. She pushes her back at one point, and her face is just perfect on.
Yes, it was very good.
It's crazy. It felt like a reaction that would happen. And I was actually kind of laughing at myself because when I was at C of O, which is a local school here, a private Christian school, and I watched the play. And I always liked the movie, and I watched the play, and I was like, I was talking to my friend Carrie, who I shouted out before, so she'll probably get a kick out of this because she'll think it's funny. I was talking to her, and I said, the one thing I don't get is why she slept with him. Because she was like, well, what do you mean? She left, and I said, you don't have sisters. You're an only child. I said, that would be like if someone I dated did something to my sister and I still slept with him. Did that to my sister. I said, you don't have sisters. It's different. And I was thinking, but you know what? And as I was watching this movie and kind of thinking about it, I started laughing at myself. Because if you think about it, she's the only one that really admits that Bernardo did something wrong. In her own way. Out of all the other characters, she is the one that admits that Bernardo did something wrong. In its own weird way. Because I think part of the reason she forgives him is she knows that he killed his friend and didn't do anything to stop it. He could have said, watch out, or moved back when he kind of pushed him towards the knife, but he didn't. And if you think about it, not that I would be able to do it. I having a brother and sister, I could not do that. Gabe having 5 brothers, oldest of 5, I don't think he could do that either. Mm-mm. If he were a girl.
Yeah.
Or even a guy, there's evil girlfriends too, you know what I mean? Our girlfriends who make big mistakes like that, whatever. But I don't think, as 2 people who have sisters, brothers and sisters, you couldn't do that. But if you think about it, she's the only one that truly admits that Bernardo did something wrong.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah, if you think about it.
Everybody else is like, poor Nardo, Nardo's a hero, and I like that they put a little bit more backstory in this one.
I like the story does seem a little bit more fleshed out. It kind of does.
I don't remember him being a boxer. I don't remember Maria's supposed to be 18.
Yeah.
I always thought she was supposed to be a little younger.
Yeah.
And taking care of her parents. I guess her father died, and that's why she came back, maybe. They don't really say that. But she said she took care of him. And then she came back. And the scene where they do I don't know where they filmed that in New York. They were at some museum outside in a garden, and that's where they do the marriage scene. And this beautiful stained glass window just covers the floor.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I want to go there when we go to New York.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I don't know where that was. I don't know if that's supposed to be in the Metropolitan Museum of Art or some botanical gardens.
Something like that.
And then they put them taking down tenements or slums.
Yeah.
To make for Lincoln Center and new apartments. They say Lincoln Center. My dad is originally from New York. And we were just talking. He was born in 1949. And he told me once when we were talking about West Side Story how true the tension was
Yeah.
at that point.
So
So
they
he
really nailed that.
So
on
I don't
the
know.
head.
I don't know if that stuff was really going on at those times too. Mid-50s, maybe it was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
I
But
mean,
it-
obviously, the story of West Side Story is very much a fictional story.
Yeah,
But the
things that
things that were
in the
going on in
background.
that time period were very much real, and that
when
kind
it's
of
set is when a
that
lot of
kind
Puerto
of
Ricans are moving in.
unfortunately that kind of stuff still goes on. Even
Yeah,
now.
and that hits
So-
home too.
So and that's one of the reasons why this movie was really needed this time of right now. So
Yeah,
but
and
anyway,
it's sad
guys,
how true so many
Yeah.
of those lines still are in America, in other songs, you know.
yeah, a lot of those lines are still true these days.
And that's sad.
Anyway, guys,
But other than that,
it was
a
a
great
very good movie.
If
Very,
you
very
are a
good
Broadway
movie.
fan, you
Definitely
need to see it.
You're
It's
probably
well done.
at this point. You're probably going to end up having to get it on DVD or something like that, or you
Yeah, I
find
don't know how much
a
longer
smaller
it's gonna
theater
be
that's still
theater.
playing it. But
It should be out on demand.
it'll
soon, I
probably be
think.
out on demand here pretty soon. So
I'm definitely buying it, and I
yes.
actually have both of them. I will have both of them when I get that.
yeah. So, but anyway, guys, tell us what you guys thought of West Side Story.
And keep an eye out. Rachel Ziegler, Shazam, is going to be in Shazam too.
Yep,
so
she'll be in Shazam too. So she's getting up there.
I haven't heard who she's playing.
She's probably going to be getting some good offers too.
Because she can act and
really
she can sing.
So
and everybody did a good job.
Yeah, they all did.
He picked a very excellent
very good cast.
He really did.
But anyway, guys, tell us what you guys thought of West Side Story in the comments below. Let us know what you guys, or let us know what you guys think we should go and see and review next. I want to address. We have seen the comments about Our Lady of Heaven, and we will probably try to get it on DVD or something like that and do a review of it.
Or see if it's on demand.
And maybe see if it's on demand or something like that. But we really don't have the funds or the money to be able to go and see it in theaters. It's been out as long as it's probably been out in about as long as West Side Story at this point, because I think it came out on the 22.
Probably, I don't know.
But it also had a limited. It also had a limited. It had a limited release here in the United States. So I don't know if we actually had a theater here in the area that was playing it anyway. So
we're in the mid section. You don't get a lot of little movies.
We don't get
that. A lot of movies like that will go on the West Coast.
They'll either go on the West Coast or the East Coast. But so we probably didn't really get that movie here in the area, so we weren't able to be able to go and see it in the theaters anyway. So, but we will definitely look at it online.
Because it looked really interesting.
It does look really interesting. We do actually kind of think that it might be worth giving a review. So, but yeah, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye out for that video. If you want to make comments on the videos, though, please make sure your comments are related to the videos. We like requests and we take requests, but use it. Do the request in like the back end of your comment or something like that. Yeah. Make sure you're talking about the video so we can get a conversation going, because we want to talk about what you think about what we're talking about. Yes. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching our videos. Keep an eye out for more content. We're going to be trying to do more content. We're going to be doing more reviews of shows that are going to be coming out.
Yeah, we
got to try to catch up on some stuff. We're really looking forward to Boba Fett coming out at the end of this month.
He's got something really cool. He's gonna wear that came today for that.
Yes, I'm excited about that. We're going to be doing reviews of that. We're going to be doing reviews of Hawkeye.
I know we're behind.
We're kind of behind on Hawkeye.
We're going to finish Prodigy. We promise.
Yes, we're going to finish Prodigy. We did the first episode.
We're not reviewing Discovery though.
Yeah, we're not reviewing Discovery because we never did any of the other ones.
But
for that,
the next Star Trek we will be reviewing. We're not going to do Picard either because we didn't do
we
that
didn't
when
do
that
that for
started
that.
the channel.
Even though I'm super excited about Q.
Yes, I am. We are. The next Star Trek thing besides Prodigy, which we're gonna finish, because part of the reason we did that one is it's the first cartoon.
Yes, it is the first cartoon. Well, it's not really the first cartoon.
The new cartoon.
New cartoon.
First cartoon for Star Trek, truly aimed at a younger audience.
Yes. Yes, because obviously Lower Decks came before that, because Lower Decks is cartoon
and we
too.
didn't do Lower Decks because we had already started by the time.
But,
so, but the next one we will be doing that for Star Trek will be Strange New Worlds.
Yes, and we're really looking forward to that.
We're really looking. You will have trailer review. We are going to be doing Miss Marvel.
Yep.
I'm really excited about that.
Yep.
We're going to be
there's a ton of stuff coming out this next year we're really looking forward to.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse.
And of course we're gonna continue posting more trailer reactions as they come.
Hopefully, well, we can't really say what I'm going to say, but hopefully we might be getting a trailer for something called Reaction, Multiverse, and then Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness here pretty soon.
Hopefully. We're hoping anyway.
We're definitely going to be doing a review of the movie.
Yes.
So
yes, that movie is getting that we love Wanda. So anyway, guys,
he likes Doctor Strange.
Yeah, yes, I like Doctor Strange. He's cool. Benedict
and I do too.
Benedict is awesome.
Yes.
Anyway, so go ahead and like and subscribe, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.